श्रेयस काळे, Sakshi, change your division. It's not F, it's SY. Shreyas and Medha.
Okay, so let us start. So we started with what? The unit number 2. That is what? Context-free languages. Okay, so language generated by context-free grammar. It is known as a what? Context-free language. Okay. Then we have seen how to represent the grammar. So we have seen to represent the grammar, we have to write the rules. Okay. And using those rules, we are going to derive the strings for that language. And here we are considering the what? Formal language. We are not considering the natural language. Okay. So in case of formal language, we are going to define the grammar, whose language is the what? It is defined in terms of the strings, which can be derived using that. Okay. So we have seen we need 4 tuples. So any grammar, it is represented by 4 tuples. We have seen that is what? V, T, P and S. Okay. So what are the V, T and P, S? V we have seen what? It is a set of non-terminals. T we have seen what? Set of terminal symbols. P is the what? Set of production rules. And S is a start symbol. Okay. So non-terminals, these are used for defining the rules. And the terminals are the what? These are the parts of generated statements. Okay. So now, so here I am giving you a grammar. Now the question is what? Find the context-free language defined by this grammar. Okay. So this is a grammar given. Write down the grammar. And what you have to find? The context-free language associated using this grammar. Now, who will tell me what are the non-terminals, terminals? Let us define initially only, and how many rules are there, or you can write the rules one by one. Okay. So what are the non-terminals? Type it in the chat window. We'll write V. V set is what here? What is V set? What is V? You can give the answer in the chat. What is the set of non-terminals? Okay. And what is the start symbol? Yeah, it is non-terminals. We have seen these are denoted by the capital letters. Okay. So non-terminal, here set is what? S, A and B. What is the terminal set here? What is the terminal set here? Okay. We have seen that small case letters we are using to determine the terminal symbols. So in this case, A and B. What is my start symbol? What we have seen in the default case, if explicitly not specified, then start symbol is what? It is the left hand side of the first production. And now, how many production rules are there? Let us write one by one the production rule. We have seen vertical line, it is used to indicate what the OR. That is, S has 2 right hand side. There are 2 productions. Starting with S, will give the number. So first production, let S gives AB. So one by one you write it. So it is easy for you. Then second production for the S is what? S gives BA. Then the third production. So these 2 productions are for the S. For the A, there are 3 productions. So I'll write one by one. A gives A. So A gives AS. Fifth production is what? Starting with A, there are 3 productions rules for the A. A gives BAA. Then 6th rule here is what? B gives B. 7th rule, B gives BS. 8th rule, B gives ABB. So there are 8 rules given here. Now the question here is what? What is the language generated by this grammar? Okay. So what is the language generated by this grammar? So what we have to do here? You find the strings starting with the what minimum length string, and then you can generalize it. Okay. So can you tell me the minimum length string? And you know that you have to always start with a start symbol. Don't start deriving the string with A or with B. You have to always start with what? Start symbol. And in this case, our start symbol is what? S. Okay. So let us derive the minimum length string. Who will tell me the minimum length string? What is the minimum length of the string which can be derived using this grammar? Minimum length string. Okay. And what are those strings? Minimum length string? Yeah, length is 2. That is correct. Minimum length, that string that can be derived using this is length is 2. Okay, so let us start with S. So let us apply the rule, first rule, S gives AB. And we want to derive the minimum length string. Okay, so here in the derivation, you can write the rule number that is applied. Okay, so initially we apply the rule number 1. In the second step, minimum length के लिए which rule you will apply? B gives. Which rule you will apply for the B? B minimum length wala B gives small b. Okay, so okay, rule number 6. So we got the string what? AB. Okay, so write somewhere the strings that those are derived. Okay, I'll write here. Let me write here. Okay, so first string we derived here is AB. Okay. So this is one string. Another string, can you tell me? Now starting with S. Let us apply the rule number 2. Okay. Then rule number. You can use leftmost or rightmost derivation, any one. Okay. Let us assume we are using the leftmost. So for the A, we'll apply rule number 3. Okay, that is correct. So we got the string what? BA. Okay, so second minimum length string that is of length 2 is BA. Okay, so 2 strings we derived. So you have to keep on deriving the string unless it is possible for you to generalize the language. Now, looking for this 2 string, immediately we cannot generalize. So we keep on deriving. The next minimum length string is, can you tell me whether the next minimum length string is 3 or 4? What is it? Next minimum length string. Start with the start symbol. Let us start with S gives AB. Can you tell me? Now, for B derives B, we already apply. So let us go for the another production of the B. That is B gives BS. So if I apply here B gives BS, so you'll get what? This. So we have applied rule number 1 here. This is rule number 7. Next, which rule you will apply? For the S, there are 2 ways, no? S can be small a capital B or S can be small b capital A. Bolo, which rule will apply first? Let us apply rule number 1. In the next case, we'll apply rule number 2. Okay. So let us apply rule number 1. So what you will get? If I apply the rule number 1, A, B, rule number 1 is applied here. Next, now for this B, let us apply the rule number 6 so that the string is derived. So we applied rule number 6 here. So what is the string derived here? AB, AB. Okay. So can you derive here in this case the string of length 3? Can you derive the string of length 3? Yes. Try it and you tell me, can you derive the string of length 3? Okay. No. Okay. So any other string of length 4? AB, AB ek ho gaya. Let us start with again S gives AB. Let us apply B, rule number 1, rule number 7 here. B gives BS, rule number 7. And let us apply for the S, the rule number 2. that is let S gives BA. So if I apply S gives BA, rule number 2, okay, then for the A we'll apply what? Rule number 3. So the string generated here is ABBA, and this is using rule number 3. Okay, so ABBA. Any other string now? Any other string of length 4? Okay. Oh, BA, okay. Any other? So we got BA. Any other? Bharat, try to join in time. Okay. So you tell me now. I'm not deriving now. You just tell me which strings you can derive. So I got BA. All of you can verify whether I have written the string, whether those strings are derivable or not. Any other string of length 4? Can I derive AABE? All of you check. Can I derive AABB? Okay. What Tejal you say? BBAA. Let me check. Okay. I write BBAA. Can you derive AABB? Yes or no? Okay, you can derive it. Okay. Any other string remain of length 4? Or these are the strings of length 4? Any new string? Any other string of length 4? Just check, can I derive triple AB? Just check whether, can I derive, this is also a string of length 4, no? Triple AB. Whether it is derivable? Whether it is derivable? No. Okay. So most of the students are saying no. Is there any other one student who is saying yes? Same way, just check whether I can derive the 4a. There are many strings of length 4, no? 4a's, can I derive 4a? Try it and then tell me. Can you derive the string of length 4 of 4a's? Similarly, check for 4b's. Is there any answer for 4a's? You actually derive it and then tell me. Use any type of derivation. Now all of you know now, leftmost and rightmost derivation. Yes, can you derive it? 4a's? Yes or no? Okay. Is anyone saying yes? No. Okay. So three students are saying no. Okay. Ketan, no. Siddhant is also saying no. Okay. So you cannot derive here the string. Same thing about 4 base. Yeah, you cannot derive the string. Okay. So now the next my question is still let us try a few more strings and then we'll generalize it. Okay. If I give this, just check whether you can derive 3a followed by 2b's. Whether you can derive it or not. Start deriving it and then generalize it. 3a's followed by 2b's. Okay. Means my question is, can you derive any string of length 5? Here you can see we have derived the strings of length 2. Then we have seen strings of length 3 not possible. Then we derived string of length 4. Then we are trying what string of length 5. So this is one string. So this is not derivable. Any other string of length 5? Whether it is derivable? Any other string of length 5? Tell me any string of length 5 that you can derive using these rules. You know the 8 rules there. So any other string of length 5 can you derive? That is my question. If not, then we'll go for the strings of length 6. Okay, Saurabh, you are telling me string of length 6. Atul, you are saying triple B and 2A's. Now you only tell me how you have derived the string. Tell me the rules. Atul, unmute yourself and tell me how you have derived the string.
First is the rule number 2.
Huh? You are starting with rule number 2. Okay, S gives BA. Next step.
Next is rule number 5.
Rule number यहाँ पे 2 लिख. Okay, rule number 5 is what? BB. This A is replaced by. Okay. A. So this is my rule number 5. Next.
Then again rule number 5.
Rule number
5.
Rule number 5. Okay, BB. Rule number 5 is what?
BAA.
A is replaced by BAA. This A is as it is. So rule number 5 you applied. Okay. Next, you tell me.
Rule number 3.
Rule number 3. Okay, so this A is replaced by small a. These two A's are still there. Rule number 3. Next.
I think ma'am there is mistake by me.
One
is एक A राहिलो.
Okay, you have missed that. Okay, so please, while deriving the carefully, you don't miss any symbol. Otherwise, like this way. So in the next step, if I replace this A by A, again by applying rule number 3, and in the next step, if I which type of derivation I have applied here? Whether it is leftmost or rightmost I have applied here. Can anybody tell me? In chat, you can type whether it is a LD or RD. Leftmost or rightmost? It is not RD. I have applied leftmost derivation. I have started from left side. Yeah, you can see here. I have applied here the rule to the leftmost non-terminal first. Okay. So now what is this string? Now this string is of length 6. Now you can observe. Again, if it is not possible to generalize, you can keep on deriving the strings. Okay, so what is the generalization now? What is the language generated? Here I'll write this B, A, A. So like this way, you can try the strings of length 6. Okay. If I give you let A, B, A, just check whether you can derive it or not. AA, BB, AA. Can you derive it or not? Yeah, Aditya, any problem, Aditya? Aditya, can you derive this? AA, BB, AA. यहाँ पे हमने लेफ्ट मोस्ट अप्लाई किया है. नाउ यू ट्राई टू अप्लाई राइट मोस्ट डेरिवेशन एंड जस्ट चेक और अप्लाई एनीवन इफ यू आर स्टार्टेड ऑलरेडी. AA, BB, AA. Can you derive it? Yes. No, many students are saying no. No. Okay. Okay. So what is your generalization now? Can you generalize this? What is this language now? If you observe each string, can you generalize? Can anyone generalize? Number of A's and number of B's is equal. Okay. Rohan conclusion is that. Any other? Any other conclusion? Any different or any other conclusion about this language? So this type of question you may get. So you'll proceed like this way. Given the grammar, what is your first step? You write the rules one by one. Yeah, Ketan is also saying what A raised to n is equal to B raised to n. Okay. Then you will write non-terminus, terminus, start symbol. Okay. Then after that you start deriving the string, starting with the what minimum length string, and then you derive. Okay, keep on deriving till it is possible for you to generalize. जब तक आप generalize नहीं कर सकते हैं, okay? What Saurav is saying, triple A, B, BB. Let us try. Okay. Who will tell me the rules? Saurav, you only tell me what is the problem. We want to derive what? Triple A, BB. Huh? Saurav,
Yes, ma'am.
बोलो. बोलो.
Ma'am, we can apply first rule number 4.
Which rule you will apply first?
Rule number 4.
What I told that you have to always start with start symbol. You
Yes,
cannot start
okay.
with A or B directly.
Yes, ma'am. I got my point.
Okay. So then this is not derivable. If you are starting with the start symbol, this may be derivable using A. But we always want to start with the start symbol. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what is our generalization then? That is correct. What is it? What is this language? This language contains what? The X type of strings such that what? There are equal number of A's and B's. All of you note down. In this language, what is the equal number of A's and B's? So you can still style few other string. You can draw the derivation tree. Yes, you leave some space and try to draw the derivation tree. Okay. So now you know how to draw the derivation tree and all that. Okay. Okay. So let us consider the next example. So we have seen the regular expression for recognizing the identifiers. We have seen how to represent the identifier using the regular expression. In that case, we have considered the simple case for the identifier. That is, we have not considered the underscore. What we have assumed there, that is identifier, it always start with a letter where L stands for the small case or the uppercase letter. This L, it is followed by L or D closure. Okay. So if I give the identifier name, suppose 9 followed by DISP, okay, then this is not a valid identifier. What it says that it should start with a letter. Okay, so if I write DISP 9, it is a valid identifier. Okay, as it is starting with a D. D is a what, my letter, and then it is followed by, we know the meaning of this. Closure is what? 0 or any occurrences of letter or digit. So after this, first it is starting with a letter, then it can be followed by what? 0 or any occurrences of letter or digit. Let us write the grammar for this. Okay. So what this indicate? So I'll write here, let capital L followed by L or D closure. Okay. And this D can be a what? Digit. Digit can be what? 0 to 9. So this L and D, let us consider the non-terminal. Okay. So what this non-terminal will derive? This L will derive the small case letter, small a to z, small capital A to capital Z. And this D will derive the 0 to 9 digit. So let us write the rule. S is our start symbol. Using that, we'll be writing the rules for this. Okay. So S derives here what? L. This L I'll take as it is. What is it? It is followed by L or D closure. We have seen how to write the regular expression for this type, A plus B closure, if you remember. Okay. So how we have written for this? S gives, we want what? 0 or any occurrences of A or B. So what we have written? S gives AS or BS or epsilon, if you remember. The same here will apply. Or means, or can be indicated using vertical line or plus in the regular expression. Okay. So to derive this L or D closure, I am adding here one more non-terminal. Okay. And this non-terminal, it will derive L or D closure. Okay. So I have to write the rule for this non-terminal A now. For each non-terminal, there must be some rule. Otherwise, it becomes a useless symbol. Okay. So let A derives similar to this. Now, instead of this, this is like what? My L plus D closure. Okay. So how to write the rule? Like this way. Can anybody tell me? I have to write the rule for L plus D closure using A. Meaning here is what? 0 or any occurrences of letter or digit. Any combination of L or D. So can anybody tell me the rule for this? What are the rules for this? I have written this using S. Only thing here I have to write it using A. Okay. Yes. Any answers? Using A. See, this we have written using S. This I want to write it using non-terminal A in terms of A. So recursive rule you have to apply, no? So A gives what? L A or D A or, yeah, Piyush, that is correct, or epsilon, that is correct. Okay. So this will derive what? Recursively, any number of letters can be generated. So I can keep on applying. Jitne mujhe letter chahiye, suppose A gives LA. Again I will apply what? A gives LA. Again we'll apply what? A gives LA. And whenever we want to stop, we'll apply what? Epsilon for the A. So same way for the DA, recursive rule. And at the end, to stop, we are applying what? Epsilon. Okay. So ye ho gaya apna what? S gives LA, A gives LA or DA. Now this A, this L and D, these are also non-terminals. So for the L, what I told, L can be a small case letter from small a to Z, or it can be a capital A to capital Z. And similar way, you can write the rule for the digit. digit can be what? 0 to 9, 0 or 1 or 2 up to what? 9. Okay, so this is my grammar for deriving the what? Identifier. Let us derive now this 9. How to derive it now? Let us derive. This is a valid, so it should be derivable using our grammar. Are the rules clear? Rules for the identifier? Are the rules clear? So that we'll derive now this 9. Yes or no? Okay, so he'll tell me the derivation for this. Derivation for this. Yes, number 3, Prathamesh. Prathamesh. Bolo.
Yes, ma'am.
Let us start with the start symbol. I will help you. You just try. Try karo. Chalo. We have to derive DISP 9. Starting with S, there is only one, no, right hand side. S gives LA. Next step, bolo. And let us apply leftmost derivation. Let us apply LD, leftmost derivation. Which rule you will apply now? L के लिए कौन से इसको रूल अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा? L और A? Leftmost derivation है ना? Will apply rule to the L.
LA.
L gives क्या अप्लाई करना होगा? We want to derive what? DISP 9. One by one you consider. So for this L, which rule you will apply? L gives small d. So L gives D rule is applied here. See, this is the rule applied here. And then it is followed by what? A. Okay? Is that clear? So this D is match here. Now next हमें क्या generate करना है? We want to generate again a letter. So which rule you will apply for the A? Letter generate करने के लिए I told that you have to recursively apply what? A gives LA. If you want to derive digit, then you will apply A gives DA. So यहाँ पे हमें कौन सा rule apply करना होगा? A gives LA. अभी तो बोलो now. Next step में क्या करना होगा? D already match हो गया. Now we want to match small I. Which rule we have to apply? L gives I. Now it is correct. Yeah.
Yes.
L gives I.
Third rule.
Okay. Yeah. A. अभी हमें क्या चाहिए? Now this D and I. These two are matched. Next again what we want? Letter. That is S. तो कौन सा rule apply करना होगा? A के लिए? Which rule?
Second rule again.
You tell me the rule because we have not numbered here. So many rules are here. If you consider A to Z 26, again 26. So I have not given the number. That is one by one I have not written. So we'll apply A gives LA. That is correct. Next step में
LA.
L gives क्या match करना है? L gives S. Letter gives S.
S.
Yeah, S I have written only. Then A. Next step में again we want what? DIS तो match हो गया. We want to generate what? P. तो P के लिए हम लोग क्या अप्लाई करेंगे अभी? P generate करने के लिए we need to apply what? A gives LA again.
Again second rule.
Yeah. Next step बोलो अभी DIS. L के लिए क्या डिराइव करना है तुम्हें? हाँ?
L के लिए P आएगा.
L के लिए P आएगा. Correct. And then
P आएगा.
Yes. अभी हमारा क्या डिराइव हो गया? DISP डिराइव.
D आएगा.
A gives. Speak loudly. I am not able to hear you. Prathamesh.
DA.
A gives.
DA.
Okay. Correct.
DA.
And then digit क्या चाहिए हमें अभी यहाँ पे? which digit we want? 9. So we'll apply what? D gives 9.
9.
We'll get what? Yeah, correct. And then A. अभी हमारा DISP 9 derive हो गया. Yeah. So last step में हमें A के लिए क्या अप्लाई करना होगा? A gives epsilon. And we know anything followed by epsilon is nothing or empty string. So finally we derive the string what? DISP 9. Okay. Thank you, Prathamesh. Okay. So is that clear to you, all of you? How we derive the string? How we have written the grammar for recognizing the identifier? Yes or no? Can you derive the identifier now? If I give you, suppose, if I give you POS 12, can you derive this identifier? Whether it is derivable. First, my question is whether it is derivable. Can you derive it now? All of you, can you derive it? Yes. कर सकते हो? So we'll move next part, then I'll consider. Yeah. All of you, I want to answer from all of you. Is there any doubt? Can you derive it? Okay. So same way like here we derive and keep practicing both ways. Generally habit क्या करते हैं हम लोग? We keep on deriving using leftmost derivation and then we forget about what? Rightmost derivation. So try to use both leftmost, rightmost derivation. Okay. So now the next my question is, this is for the identifier. Digit के लिए simple case कर देते हैं. That is very simple. Let D plus. I am not considering decimal point, that is fractional part. So this my D plus is what? 1 or any occurrences of digit. So what is the language here? Digit can be a single digit. Digit can be 0 to 9. Yeah. So epsilon will not be there in this case. So this can derive a number like number of length 1. Okay, that one length string can be any digit from 0 to 9. Two length string, it is a combination of that 0 to 9. It can be 23, 32, like that way you can do. Okay. So can anybody tell me how to write a rule for this? Generating the numbers. It can be 3 length, it can be, that is 4 length. Any length string of digits can be derived. Only thing is what? Minimum length should be 1. So can anybody, and recursive rule now. You have a now idea about how to write a recursive rule. Can anybody guess how to write the rule for the D plus? Yes. Can anybody guess how to write the rules for the D plus? Let us start with S. Can anybody guess? We know how to write the rules for A closure, no? So if I'm starting with this S, A closure, we know that this is a what? 0 or any occurrences of AA. So like this way, we can write. So what is the rule here? AS or epsilon. Yeah, recursive rule. The same way here, can anybody tell me? Now it is very simple. Only thing is what? Here epsilon is not there. So what is my rule? DS. And what is that D? You need to take epsilon. Let us check. Or you can write ds or d. And this my digit can be 0 to 9. Just check whether it is correct or not, whether it is deriving any number. ये correct है या नहीं? Because I didn't get an answer from anyone. Because you rule so many times we have repeated now. Can you derive? Can you derive epsilon? Epsilon तो नहीं आएगा because there is no rule that is generating epsilon here. Yeah, but single digit you can derive. If I want to generate the 1, what I will do? I will directly apply what S gives D, and then D will derive what 1. 2 digit के में क्या करना होगा? We need to apply what? I want to derive 23. So how will derive? We'll start with S gives DS, and for this D will apply the what digit 2. Okay, and then one more digit we want, so we'll apply S gives D, and then this D will derive 3. Is that clear? Are the rules clear for D plus? How to write the rules for closure, for positive? This is a positive closure, we know. This is a what? Clean closure. Okay, so this is how you can write the rules for the closure. Okay, so now I want you to do something. Let write the context-free grammar for the following regular expression. If I give you A closure, B closure, I have already told how to write for the closure operation. So just the concatenation of A closure followed by B closure. So write the grammar for A closure, B closure. Will tell me number 25, Sarthak. Sarthak, can you give a try for A closure, B closure? Bolo. You can write a one non-terminal which will derive A closure, another non-terminal which will derive the B closure. Okay. So if I am writing, now I am giving you the hint. S gives let A, non-terminal A followed by non-terminal B. Now this A, it should derive what? A closure, and this B, it should derive the B closure. So now it is simple now. Now bolo. What should be the rule for the A so that it derives A closure? Sarthak? Unmute. Other student, you can give me the answer. Yeah. Yeah, Sarthak, you said what? Small a, capital S. That is correct. But whenever there is a closure, it should generate the epsilon. So always write or epsilon. Okay? Okay, Sarthak? Okay. See, only Piyush has answered. What about the remaining student? I have already given you the hint. You have to just change the non-terminal only. You have to change it. No, 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 no. This is wrong again. Sorry. What is wrong in this? Who will tell me? Yeah, now Rohan, don't give the answer privately. Everyone should know so that there will be the discussion on that. Okay. What is wrong in this? Can anybody tell me? What is wrong in this? Okay, Rohan, that is for B. For A, what should be the rule? Small a followed by capital A or epsilon. Is that correct now? Yeah, that is correct now, Rohan. Jayesh, number 4, is that correct now? Jayesh. Number 4. Now same way. Tell me the rules for the B. B gives क्या आएगा? B gives the same way. This is generating what? Any occurrences of A or epsilon. The same way, this will generate what? B gives BB or epsilon. ठीक है? So only these are the rules. What? S gives AB. Omkar, is there any problem? You are raising your hand. Number 60. Is there any problem, Omkar?
No, ma'am, by mistake.
Huh?
By mistake, ma'am. By
Okay,
mistake.
okay, ठीक है. This is what? A gives small a, capital A or epsilon. B gives BB or epsilon. ठीक है? So you can derive the strings and you can check whether what is this language, 0 or any occurrences of A followed by 0 or any occurrences of B. Okay, so I'll give you two related same way. If I am giving you, take that as a homework. AB closure. This is one. The another one is let BAA plus ABB closure. Can you write, all of you? Can you write? Can you write this grammar for this too? All of you, can you write the grammar for this? Okay. So we'll take the next example. Let us consider if my language is A raised to I, B raised to J, C raised to K, where I is equal to J plus K. What is the restriction? Is that clear? What is given here? I is J plus K. So what we can do, we'll substitute here J plus K for the I. So we'll get what? J plus K, B to the power J, C to the power K. And then let us separate it. We'll take JJ closure near to it. So what we'll do here, we'll take A raised to K dot A raised to J, B raised to J, C raised to K. So now it is simple. What it indicates? A to the power K means this number of A's, and C to the power K, this should be matched. This should be same. Similarly, this A to the power J, B to the power J, this should be matched. Okay. So what we can do here, we'll write a one non-terminal which will derive this part. Okay. I'll give you a hint for this problem and another type of problem, then you can solve. Okay. So let S gives what I will take. This A and this C should be matched. In between, I'm going to take a non-terminal which will derive this part, the A to the power J, B to the power J. Okay, so I'll take A. Then what will take? Let S, C, or this A or the epsilon. Okay, so this is what this you can apply recursively for generating number of A's at the beginning and number of C's at the end. Suppose I want this AACC. Okay, and let J is 0. J is 0 means what? This part is not there. Okay, so how many times we'll apply this? We'll apply 2 times, no? So we'll get 2 A's followed by 2 C's, and then at the end for this S, we'll apply the epsilon so that we can derive this. Similarly, if I want 3 A's followed by 3 C's, the middle part is epsilon. So we'll apply this rule 3 times. So first we'll apply A gives ASC. For this S, again we'll apply ASC. For the third time, again we'll apply ASC. And then for the middle S, we'll apply the epsilon. Okay. So ye to ho gaya. Now this A, what I told, this non-terminal A, it should derive this A to the power J, B to the power J. Equal number of A's and equal number of B's. But here what? All the A's should appear before all the B's. So can anybody guess the rule for this? A derives what it should be. Rule क्या होना चाहिए? ये समझ में आया क्या सबको? हाउ आई हैव रिटन दिस? साक्षी, साक्षी शेलार.
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, can you guess the rule here?
Small a, capital A,
Small a, capital A, then
epsilon.
epsilon कैसे आएगा? A and B आपको मैच करना है, so I need to take this A, and then epsilon. ये समझ
Yes,
में आया
ma'am.
नहीं?
Yes, ma'am.
Because number of A's and B's should match, no? And if we are
Yes,
considering J as a 0, then in that case we need to consider epsilon. हो गए rules अपने. See, this is very simple now. हो गया अपना grammar. Now, let us try to generate A, B, C. Whether it is a valid string for this or not. The rule here is what? A to the power I. I is equal to what? J plus the number of A is equal to what? Number of is equal to the sum of number of B's and number of C's. So you can see here, if I want to generate A, B, C, how will apply the rule? A, B, C के लिए एक ही C का occurrence है यहाँ पे. So first rule, it always start with the start symbol. So A, S, C will apply. A, S, C, then will apply what? Can you tell me derivation of A, B, C string? A, B, C string. Take the another page. So rule तो है अपने पास. What is the string we want? A, B, C. Can I draw the direct derivation tree? And you tell me the rules, so I'll draw the derivation tree. Number 7, Prachi.
Yes, ma'am.
Prachi. Which rule you will apply first? S gives what?
ASC.
ASC, correct. A तो मैच हो गया अपना, C भी मैच हो गया. A and C दोनों मैच करने ना इक्वल नंबर. In the middle part, what we want now? AB. तो S के लिए हमें कौन सा रूल अप्लाई करना होगा? Whether S gives ASC or S gives A or S gives epsilon.
S gives A, capital A.
Yeah, correct. Okay. So now for this A, which rule you will apply?
A gives small a.
Small a, capital A, B, correct. अभी हमारा मैच हो गया. You can see A, B, C. तो इस A के लिए हमें क्या अप्लाई करना होगा? Epsilon. ठीक है. So our string is derived A, B, C. ठीक है. So now you take for the homework. If I give you triple 4 A's, can you draw the tree directly now? And whether it is the correct valid string for the given grammar? Is it a valid string for the given grammar? Yeah, so you can draw the tree, no? Can you draw the tree? All terminals, you know, in the derivation tree, what all the terminals should be your leaf node at the end. Your leaf node can be a terminal or epsilon. Root node is a start symbol. Interior nodes are the non-terminals for which you are going to apply the rule. Okay. So next problem I will give you now. Let my language L is 0 to the power m, 1 to the power n, 0 to the power m plus n. It is a similar type. अभी जो हमने solve किया right now the same type. Okay. So try it now. So I'll do it here. 0 to the power n. Same way. 1 to the power m, we'll split it and we'll take 0 to the power n, 0 to the power m. It is now similar type, earlier type. Yeah. It is a similar type. तो हम लोग क्या करेंगे फिर? संकेत, can you give a try?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ बोलो.
Yes gives
Hmm.
0
Hmm.
A.
No, we'll write because
Yeah.
0, this 0 and beginning 0 and end 0 should match. And to derive it recursively, we are using this. For the middle part, same way, जैसे हमने किया था in the earlier example, I'll take A and let this is my epsilon. Is that clear, Sanket?
Yes, ma'am.
And now for the A, we know what we have to derive. A to the power n.
1.
Sorry, 1 to the power n followed by 0 to the power n. क्या करेंगे हम लोग? 1
Gives A.
ठीक है?
Yes, ma'am.
All of you, is that clear? So I'll give you some problems again for the homework. Now, each time I am telling you now, I want at least you should try, and tomorrow you tell me the answers for this. Let L is equal to A to the power M, B to the power N, A to the power N, where N is greater than equal to 0, comma, M greater than equal to 1. The next problem, write down, let L is equal to A to the power n, B to the power n, C to the power m, D to the power m, where n, comma, m is greater than equal to 1. If you have any query, you can discuss regarding writing this.